I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here in Berlin at the Small Cell Global Congress, and I am speaking with SpiderCloud's Mr. Ronny Haraldsvik. How are you today, sir?
Tony, I'm doing good, thank you.
Excellent. Thanks for coming on the show, and for all the people out there in bnetTV land. Why don't you give us a brief overview of SpiderCloud and where you fit within this ecosystem?
No, absolutely. SpiderCloud is a company that was created about 5 years ago, and we do what's called scalable small cell radio access networks. It's actually a small cell system that is deployed inside of an enterprise or anywhere there is a local area network. More importantly, we are actually selling directly to the mobile operators, but this actually allows them to go and address a very much an unmet demand for reliable coverage and capacity and future services inside an enterprise and so forth. And we do this in a very cost-effective, very highly scalable manner. And the system can scale to about 100 small cells with one services node, which is deployed on the premise. And that's kind of where the secret sauce lies. And that's fully tied back into the mobile operators network. So small cell focus and small cell sort of coming of age here in Berlin is right up our alley.
It's great to see the movement from sort of that consumer product into the enterprise level now, and all the ruckus that's going on sort of in between, which is great. Let's talk about what you're going to speak about tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow the focus of the chat and the panel is more about what do you do now that you actually can deploy a coverage and capacity solution. What does it enable? What are the the demands of an enterprise? And that's really where the untapped opportunity is for mobile operators. So we're going to focus in on enterprise services that are enabled through a reliable coverage and capacity solution that actually is a scalable small cell system, and what that entails for future revenues for the mobile operators.
What are some of the challenges that exist in that sort of deployment area?
Well, today, it's very hard to actually go and address a medium or even up to a large enterprise with a system that doesn't cost too much or takes too long to deploy. Distributed antenna systems will take anywhere between 6 and 9 months to deploy. As several of the panelists here at the Congress have been talking about, we've really seen the cost parameters of a picocell and touching the building and the backhaul, being cost prohibitive to go after the medium to large enterprises, and that's what we solve. That's what we address with a highly scalable small cell system.
Isn't it a mass opinion that a lot of the carriers took some of the small cells, the femtos in particular, put them into the consumer arena, saw how they worked, tested, used that as a use case before they sort of went forward within the enterprise arena to find out how to better serve the capacity and backhaul?
Absolutely, and also what the operators found out is exactly what we found out 12 years ago when Wi-Fi first started making itself into the enterprises, which is that you can't take a consumer type of Wi-Fi solution and make it work in the enterprise. You need scalability, you need to address security, you need to also address manageability. And in the case of small cells, you also have the interference issues. All of these small cells could interfere with each other if not coordinated. That's what we address by putting a services node behind them to control this type of deployment and also address enterprise requirements.
SpiderCloud's been, as you said, was off camera. It's a young company, but yet you've got some really great experience within this space. You've got good partners. Where do you see this sort of next 12 to 24 months going for SpiderCloud?
The next year.
The moon.
The moon, speaking of my bald head, no, frankly, it's really, we're in a takeoff phase right now. Yeah. And, the company is made up of, people with a lot of experience from both the enterprise side and also the radio access side. So, we have a vast amount of, radio access, licensed spectrum experience on the team. That's been part of the team from the beginning. Previously, we also have a lot of enterprise experience and wireless and Wi-Fi experience on the team. So we've actually put that all together in one system that does 3G scalable small cell with Wi-Fi, where Wi-Fi can be operated as a service. And we also have LTE and the radio nodes as well. So we have a scalable system that addresses all the access technologies.
That's fantastic. And then finally, Ronny, why is it important to be involved with conferences like the Small Cell Global Congress?
It's, coming here to Berlin or going to some of the other Informa conferences, we've really seen, the coming together of both customers and vendors, and actually very open dialogue. You'll be surprised. It sort of feels like we're on neutral ground. If we weren't in Berlin, I would say we're in Switzerland, but it's sort of a neutral ground where we can have an open discussions about what the issues are, challenges, and frankly, how best to go and address them.
An echoed sentiment by your peers and colleagues. Ronny, thanks very much for taking the opportunity to speak with us. Hope we get a chance for an update again in the future.
My pleasure, Tony.
I've been speaking with Mr. Ronny Haraldsvik of SpiderCloud here at the Small Cell Global Congress in Berlin. I am Tony Sklar with bnetTV.